Today we are in Berlin, Germany to explore the best and worst of the city. And to start today we're going to be starting with some breakfast. We're at a place called Freya Bakery and we've got ourselves some croissants and pan au chocolat with a coffee. The first stop on our historical tour is Checkpoint Charlie, which is part of the old Berlin Wall, which was put up by the Soviets in 1961. Right now we're on the west side of Germany. On the other side is our checkpoint to the east side of Germany, and they have a museum where you can actually see part of the Berlin Wall itself. The Berlin Wall was built in 1961 and didn't get knocked down until 1989, so it stood for like 28 years. This whole trip is basically Jack's holiday. He's planning everything. He's a history teacher, so everything we do, apart from maybe some of the Berlin stuff, will be him. So next stop is the Topography of Terror, which is the old SS headquarters, which is now a museum. We're in the Topography of Terror now, which is the grounds of the old SS headquarters, where the SS leader Himmler's office would have been. And over here you can actually see the Berlin Wall too, which is decaying away, but it's still here. The museum mainly focuses on the role of the SS and the secret police in the Third Reich, and the atrocities that they committed across all of Europe. You also see how they used propaganda to gain popular support in Berlin, and how they would ruthlessly torture or kill any opponents of their regime. The actual headquarters no longer exists, it's been demolished, but there is a museum behind me in the background where you can go and read about the history of the SS.
It wasn't demolished, it was destroyed by Allied air raids actually.
Once today's history lesson was over, we headed to the swing kitchen for some tea, which was located under a railway bridge, which is one of the cool things about Berlin. I'd highly recommend the swing kitchen. It has great burgers and fries, and it also comes with free refills. After this, we hopped on a train and we headed for some fun. It's nothing but rain today in Berlin, so we've decided to come indoors out the rain and play some mini golf.
You get the ball in the hole and then you have to generate enough air pressure on the hamster wheel.
Yeah. No way. Now he has to go on this and generate enough power on the hamster wheel. Run!
Oh, I got the wrong way.
Wait there.
Wait there. What way do we go?
I don't know.
Just go that way, no?
Does it matter? No way.
Come off the floor.
I've been to so many mini golf places, but I've never been in one where you have to run on like a hamster wheel to generate enough power to shoot your golf ball. Right, now you have to hit the handle.
I don't think so.
Oh! It's over there.
Yeah. Shit,
Oh, no way! It didn't go in. It didn't go in. Well, I don't know what to do now. It didn't go in. Do we have to start again?
Get the rule book up.
I'm gonna go up there. Ready?
Fucking hell. One.
Get in. And this next one, we have to play foosball, so it has to be hit from over there, and then we have to run over here and play foosball to get in to each other's net. This one's so cool.
Okay, this.
This next hole, we have to pedal a bike to get our ball in the hole. So, bike's here. We have to hit it from here. We pedal the bike, it spins this, and we get it into here. There we go, got it. Stop time, stop time.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'll take 5 seconds off.
Ready?
Yeah.
On this hole, we have to hit the ball and we have to try and knock over many cans as possible. Jack's gonna go first. 1, 3, 7.
That's it. You say
It's more than 7 that it cuts off on. So 8.
only 3 cans, unfortunately.
4.
Where's the fourth one?
1 fell behind. 2 fell behind.
No, there you go.
Yes. Done it in 3 shots. Jack didn't do it at all. Who's won? 21, 26. I won by 5.
Can one, man.
That can one. He failed. He couldn't get it in. Got like 9 points. Beat him by 5. How's it feel?
Can he believe it?
That was a good one, to be fair. And today we're going to Potsdam. We're at the S-Bahn now waiting for our train. We've got our breakfast to go and our coffee to wake us up.
Breakfast to go!
And we've got like an hour and a half on the train today, so we've got a lot of time ahead of us to just chill. Our first stop on the way to Potsdam is Wannsee, which is like a small town on the edges of Berlin, where the top Nazi officials decided on the final solution. The Wannsee Conference, held in January 1942, was where the final solution was ratified into government policy. Before this, concentration camps were exterminating people, but this meeting brought together all sectors of the government to plan the systematic genocide of Jews and other non-Aryan peoples using gas chambers. The whole meeting lasted roughly 90 minutes. Can you imagine that? Taking 90 minutes to decide to kill a whole group of peoples? And they were very careful to redact or change the wording of their documents because they knew that what they were doing was absolutely evil. We've just finished in the Wannsee Museum and we were going to head to Potsdam for the Potsdam Conference Museum, but the only day it's closed is a Monday, and it's Monday today, so we're going to head back to Berlin, find something to do there, and we're going to head to Potsdam tomorrow. We're now on our way to the Stasi Museum, which is the museum of the old East German Secret Service, and we're in East Berlin now, but like deep into East Berlin, and you can sort of tell that we are because of the architecture. The Stasi Museum goes into the politics of East Germany, such as their policies and plans for the country, as well as stuff like their spy work, where they had spies embedded all across different sectors of East Germany. For example, right here is their project of building flats, and they built 1 million flats in 7 years in Eastern Germany, housing so many people. I don't know what the number was, but it would be millions of people would be housed. But then you come into this room and it's where the spy room is, and you had people who were spies within opposition groups and protest groups. The intelligence and counterintelligence training from the Soviets to these Germans was so good that it took around 20 years for the West to actually get an up-to-date picture of one of the high-ranking German spy officials. It was only when one of the members defected and gave them information on him that they were able to locate him to get a picture. The Stasi was so big in Eastern Germany that it had a whole complex of office buildings, at least a dozen office buildings built to house all the different departments of workers, and they even had a shopping mall complex because it was so big that they needed a shopping mall to supply all the people that worked here. Right now we're in the Deja Vu Museum, and we're in one of the Deja Vu rooms with just endless mirrors and lights bouncing around us. Every exhibit in this museum is an optical illusion, and this is one of the best we've been in so far. The Deja Vu Museum is full of practical and visual illusions, which will absolutely rattle your head at times. The good thing about this museum is that it has a lot of hands-on illusions to try, but the best exhibits are the mirror rooms, which look as if they go on into infinity. time for us to get some sleep because we've still got basically a full day tomorrow. We've got until about 7 p.m. before we have to leave for the airport. So tomorrow we're going to try and get to Potsdam because we couldn't go today. And then we're going to do a few other little bits that we haven't done so far. We might go up the tower, but there's also a very popular tea room here in Berlin that is on like every list of top 10 things to do. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to be doing after Potsdam, but I will see you in the morning. We finally made it to Potsdam after our stinky yesterday, and we're going to go into the museum where the Potsdam conference was held, which decided how to split up Berlin between the Allied forces. The area that we're in now is where all the delegates would have lived when the meetings were going on, and they actually forced out all the residents from this town, like without any choice, and they had to leave all the belongings behind. And this is also where Truman gave the order to drop the atomic bomb. The conference decided what would happen to Berlin, how it would be split, and also how the wider Germany would also be split, like with borders with Poland, and how Germany would pay reparations for their part in the war. Now the treaty was signed just after midnight on the 2nd of August, but was backdated to the 1st of August 1945. And the official city was signed off as Berlin, even though it was actually held in Potsdam. Right now, we're actually standing in Truman's office. Right behind me is where his desk was. He would have been sat there making some political decisions in and out of conference meetings. Jack just made a very good point there. That desk right there is probably where he would have gave the order to drop the atomic bomb on Japan. We're now in Churchill's office, which later became Attlee's office. It's a little bit more modest than Truman's. The desk is just a standard desk, nothing fancy. But it's quite funny how you've got like Churchill's office here, Truman's there, and then Stalin's is right across the other side of the building. We're back in Berlin now, and we've got ourselves a currywurst because we have to get some before leaving. And Jack's been banging on about it the whole weekend, so he's got his currywurst and pommes, which are fries, and he keeps going on about pommes too. Anyway, we're gonna head over to the Reichstag now, which is the government building. And it has been the government building for like the last 100 and odd years. So we're outside the Reichstag now, which is the reconstructed Reichstag because it did burn down in the 30s. It was burnt down by a Dutch communist called Van der Lubbe, but there's strong theory that the SA actually orchestrated it to help ban communism in the country and criminalise it, which then helped lead to the Enabling Act like a month later, which helped give Hitler so much power to just take control of the government and make policies without consent of the government. We finally come to the Tajikistan tea room, and this place is so popular, every single table is reserved at some point today. This is reserved, these are all reserved at some point today. So we came the other day and it was just full. The tea room was the last thing that we have time to do here in Berlin. Berlin's been a really interesting city. The mix of West and East culture combined makes it very unique because it's a westernized country, but you come here and you can tell straight away that there's a split from the architecture to the food, and even the traffic lights are different on either side of where the wall used to be. But that is the end of the video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're not already.
And keep exploring, guys.
And as always, keep exploring.